Hey Sarasota, Dr. Fox. Want to hear a crazy fact most parents never hear? Within the first year of life, your baby's brain will double in size and form over 1 million new neural connections every second. This is the single most critical period for neurological development they'll ever experience. But here's the problem. Conventional pediatric care is almost entirely focused on whether your baby hits milestones within broad time frames, not whether their nervous system is functioning optimally. Milestones are important, but we need to look at them from a whole new perspective. So who is this video for? This video is specifically for parents of babies in their first year of life, parents who sense something isn't quite right with feeding, sleeping, or development, and parents who want to make sure they're giving their child the strongest neurological foundation possible from the very beginning. Because why does this matter? Here's what we're going to dive into. Why simply hitting milestones on time isn't enough. How a combination of early stressors, what we call the perfect storm, can create lasting neurological challenges, the hidden neurological meaning behind your baby's early milestones, and most importantly, how to know if your baby's nervous system needs support during this critical window. Let's get a little nerdy for a moment, okay? According to the Harvard Center on the Developing Child, the first year of life is when neuroplasticity is at its absolute peak. This is when your baby's brain is wiring itself at lightning speed, creating the architecture that will influence their health for the rest of their life. Yet here's what happens in pediatric offices across the country every day. Parents bring up concerns about feeding struggles, poor sleep, constant crying, or an odd development. And too often they're told, "Don't worry, that's normal," or "Let's just wait and see." But that advice misses the critical window when the nervous system is most adaptable, when gentle, natural interventions make the biggest impact. So let's talk about some points. Number one, the hidden neurological significance of milestones. Breastfeeding is actually your baby's very first neurological test. It requires coordination between multiple cranial nerves, spinal alignment, and nervous system timing. So when we see latching struggles, popping off the breast, gasping, or babies who exhaust themselves during feeding, those are early red flags. Head control by 8 to 12 weeks tell us the neck and the upper spine are developing properly. But baby struggles with tummy time or always favors one side, that can point to neurological dysfunction. And perhaps the most important milestone of all, crawling between 7 and 10 months. Crawling sets up cross-pattern movement that develops the corpus callosum, the bridge between the two hemispheres of the brain. This is foundational for balance, coordination, and even reading and learning later in life. Point two, understanding the perfect storm. Multiple stressors can overwhelm a baby's nervous system. Prenatal stress, birth intervention like Pitocin, C-section, or vacuum delivery, and early life challenges like antibiotics, colic, or sleep struggles. All of these layer together, creating tension and pushing babies into fight or flight mode. This becomes their baseline operating system, wired for stress unless we help reset it. Point three, why conventional medicine misses it. Your pediatrician might check the box that your baby can roll over at 6 months, but what they're not checking is how your baby rolls. Is it symmetrical, coordinated, built on a strong foundation? Standard care doesn't assess for things like subluxation or dysautonomia, neurological imbalances that often come from the perfect storm. These don't show up on typical exams, but they can make a massive difference in how your baby eats, sleeps, develops, and self-regulates. Point four, a neurologically focused approach. That's why we use advanced insight scanning technology in our office. These gentle, non-invasive scans measure heart rate variability, muscle tension, and temperature regulation, giving us a clear picture of how your baby's nervous system is really functioning. In a healthy baby, we see balanced, symmetrical patterns. In babies under stress, we see clear areas where support is needed. Instead of waiting for bigger problems to appear later, we can help optimize neurological function right from the start, when neuroplasticity is at its highest. So if you feel in your mom or dad gut that something isn't quite right with feeding, sleeping, or development, or if you simply want to give your baby the strongest neurological foundation possible, click the link in our bio to learn more about how we can support your baby's nervous system during this critical year. Because those first 12 months, they're not just about growing up. They're about wiring your child's brain for a lifetime of health, learning, and thriving. Have a blessed day and can't wait to see you in the office.